Путивлі граді вранці рано співає Плаче Ярославна. This is the lines of poetical interpretation by Taras Shevchenko of one of the most ancient literature pieces created on the territory of Ukraine. Let's learn about it together. Don't turn off. Hello and welcome to our 5 minutes with Ekaterina Ukrainian poetry. Today let's talk about the masterpiece of the ancient word and about the part of the tale of the Igor's battlefield or war campaign, which now is considered so good written and so touching that poets starting from the 18th century till 20th century, they went to it and lots of verses were created based on this and even the story itself was the plot for the opera which we still watch now, which we still go to now. And I'm talking about the lines, the cry of Yaroslavna. When the wife of Igor Sviatoslavovich, who was the knyaz or the king of Novgorod Sever land, he was going to the battlefield and she thought that she would never see him again, and he was crying on the bank of the river which called Kayala. And this is so touching because you can imagine that the girl, the wife, is thinking that she would never see her beloved husband again, which actually was true. The scene, the battle itself took place in 1185, and at this time, firstly, the Kievan knyazes, the knyazes of Kiev and Ras, because it was a federation of independent lands, they decided to gather together and to go to the battlefield against Polovets, the nomads which were on the border of Kiev and Ras and which were bothering the local population. And when they went all together, they won the battle, but then Igor, who was the ruler of Novgorod Sever land, as I told you, he decided to go back and to gain more glory for himself, and of course he was defeated and he died in this battle. And the story itself is sad, and the annal creator, annal writer, he was saying that you should trust your alliance, you should not seek the glory only for yourself, and you should never repeat this mistake. The annals itself were created 2 years after the battle in 1187. So you can just imagine how long, which time it's between us and this battle, but still it is interesting, it is a good text. And the text was written in an old Ukrainian or old Slavic language, and this language doesn't exist anymore. That's how everything we read about it, it's mostly translations, and they can be into Ukrainian, they can be into Russian, they can be into Belarusian language, so everything we are reading now is translation. But firstly I want to read together, to try to read this old text together, just like it is, and then to read the Taras Shevchenko's interpretation. You know that Taras Shevchenko is a great poet, and his interpretation is the one that we learn at school just to get to know this masterpiece. So let's read the old one beforehand. Don't forget about your likes and follow my reading. На Дунаи Ярославнынъ гласъ слышит, зегзицею незнаема рано кычеть. Полечу, рече, зегзицею по Дунаеви, омочу бебрянъ рукавъ в Каяльндте, утру князю кровавые его раны, на жестоком его теле. Ярославна рано плачеть, в путивле назабрали, аркучи, о ветре ветрила. Чему господиня насильно веше, чему мычащи хиновские стрелки, на своею нетрудную крылцю, на моей лады вои, мало ли ты бяшить горе под облаки вяти, лелеючи корабли на синє море, чему господине мое веселье по ковылью резвие. Ярославна рано плачеть, путівлю городу на заборолі аркучі, о Дніпре Словутицю,
Ты пробил еси каменные горы, сквозь землю половецкую. Ты лелеял еси на себе Святославли насады, по плеку Кобякова. Взлелей, господиня, мою ладу к мне, и бых не слала к нему слез, на море рано. Ярославна рано плачет, в путивлено забрали аркучи. Светлое и тресветлое солнце, всем тепло и красно еси. Чему господине простре горячую свою лучу, на ладе вои. В поле безводне жаждею ими лучи спряже, тугою им сули заче.
I'm not sure if I've done it perfectly because I have no idea where to put the stress in these words and sometimes I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure that in the 12th century the pronunciation would be completely different. Maybe I even cannot pronounce some sounds correctly now. But now you have the general idea about the old text and you can see that, I don't know which language you're learning now, I hope Ukrainian. It's very distant from Ukrainian, but if you're learning Russian, you can see that it's quite distant from Russian too. So this language doesn't exist anymore. It is the base for our modern languages, and we all need some kind of translation to understand what is there. Most words I can understand, but some of them they're so weird and nobody will use them anymore. And now let's read together the poetical interpretation written by Taras Shevchenko, which I love a lot. I can literally quote it like out of heart, just from my memory. Let's do it together. Again, don't forget about your life.
В Путивлі граді вранці рано співає плаче Ярославна. Як та зозуленька кує, словами жалю додає. Полечу, каже, зегзицею, тією чайкою вдовицею, та понад доном полечу, рукавъ бобровий омочу в ріці Каялі, і на тілі, на княжім білім помарнілім омию кров суху, отру глибокі тяжкі рани. І квилить плаче Ярославна в Путивлі рано на валу. Вітрило вітре мій єдиний, легкий крилатий господине, на що на дужому крилі, на вої любії мої, на князя ладо моє миле, ти ханові метаєш стріли. Немало неба і землі, і моря синього. На морі гойдай насади кораблі, а ти прилютий. Горе, горе, моє веселіє украв, в степу на тирсі розібгав. Сумує, квилить, плаче рано в Путивлі граді Ярославна. І каже, дуже і старий, широкий Дніпре немалий. Пробив єси високі скали, текуче в землю половчина, носив єси на байдаках, на половчан, на кобяка, дружину тую Святославлю. О мій словутицю преславний. Моє те ладо принеси, щоб я постіль весела слала, у море сліз не посилала, сльозами моря не долить. І плаче Ярославна в Путивлі на валу на брамі, святеє сонечко зійшло і каже, сонце пресвятеє, на землю радість принесло, і людям і землі моєї туги нудьги не розвело. Святий огненний господине, спалив єси луги, степи, спалив і князя, і дружину, спали мене на самоті. Або не грій і не світи. Загинув ладо, я загину.
This translation was created in 1860 and as for me, I literally can feel the pain of Yaroslavna and I cannot imagine that they were written by a man and they were written about something that took place centuries ago. That's what the talent is probably. Let me know what is your idea, if you liked it, and what do you think about the whole battlefield of Igor. Do you think he was right when he decided to go back to the battle and to gain some glory for himself, or he should never do it and he should just go with his alliance with other kings? That's it. That was our poem for today. Hope you like it. Subscribe for the channel if you're not with me yet. That will change a lot for me and nothing for you. And also consider supporting me on Patreon. Thank you, my dear patrons. That's because of you I'm so highly motivated to make more of this video. Thank you very much for watching and I hope to meet you very soon. Goodbye for now.